Team on the
Bearded
other side are
trees.
having a hard time with this conversation.
Okay, so let's jump into our first story. The UAE to plant 100 million mangrove trees by 2030. Everyone's growing something or the other. While you're trying to grow your beard,
I love
the
that.
UAE is trying to grow mangrove trees. And in just 8 weeks, the UAE will work to greenify the country and comes as a strategic move to achieve net zero by 2050. And this will further push the country to increase its reliance on nature-based solutions in facing environmental challenges and to enhance efforts to capture carbon dioxide to mitigate the effects of climate change and to improve adaptation capabilities.
That's super cool. And also Maryam bint Mohammed Al Muhairi, Minister of Climate Change and the Environment, said through the expansion of mangrove forest areas at the national level, the National Carbon Sequestration project in the UAE is one of the most effective nature-based solutions in facing the challenges of climate change because of its many environmental benefits.
And she added, therefore, the country, thanks to the vision of the wise leadership, raised its ambition regarding the targeted number of mangroves from 30 million to 100 million trees by 2030. And studies indicate that mangroves are capable of absorbing carbon up to 5 times more than wild tropical rainforests. And in addition to being a safe natural habitat for marine biodiversity, as 80% of global fish populations depend on healthy mangrove ecosystems. And we love that. We love that. I mean, just a couple of weeks ago, I think, not a couple of weeks ago, maybe a couple of months ago, we shared this digital artist and he painted the entire landscape of Dubai in green. And
like forest vibes.
Yeah. And
we're working towards that.
Exactly. It's like a sight for sore eyes, like just waking up to greenery everywhere. Like when you travel, right?
Yeah.
And you go to these very tropical places and you pass by the trees and like the branches. It's just such a beautiful sight. And knowing that we're going to have this at home by 2030,
and it's not just a mangrove. So there's over 4 million palm trees have been so AI, using AI designs, there's also going to be 4 million palm trees in the next, I think, 10 to 20 years. So it's just going to be a greener city. And it's basically a plantation that works in the country. It's going to sustain the country. The craziest part about everything we've just said is its impact on marine life as well. I think that's insane. We didn't even know that, or we didn't even know the impact it has on different parts of the environment.
Yeah, exactly. It's exciting. It's so exciting. And I mean, just the oxygen, breathing greener, living greener. You feel like lush. Like, you know, when you travel, you just feel like a different sense of breathing altogether.
Yeah, 100%. Like, it feels different even when you have a plant in your house. Like, that's so. I will never get a fake plant. I'm trying to keep the living plants alive, but that's besides the point.
How is that going, by the way?
Not well for the plants. The plants are trying. They're doing their best.
Home.
I'm never home, yeah.
People who are never home should just not take the responsibility of owning real plants or real animals. Have stuffed toys, have fake plants, and that's the best you can do for yourself and the plant and the animal and the cat and the dog.
It. But like, I think even having a plant inside the house, it helps with depression, it helps with anxiety, and it's the same like on a global scale. I remember seeing this picture once of it was 2 pictures side by side, 2 streets, parallel to each other in New York. One had a row of trees and one didn't have trees. The one with trees, it was 23 degrees. The one without trees was 40-something degrees in New York. And I was like, that's actually insane, the impact that like just plantation and nature has on all these small aspects of life that you don't think about.
Yeah, and we should definitely be a part of the UAE's initiative to, you know, like greenify the country. And I would love to just, you know, go out and plant trees myself. And like a couple of years down the line, you see like, oh my God, you planted your tree there. And it's like grown to, like, it's just, you know.
I get you. I want to be that person too, like a compost bin, my own like spices and herbs. I wish I was that person. I wish, but I can barely take care of this like mini palm tree that I have. Anyways, moving on to other weather news. So authorities have issued yellow and orange weather alerts. So prepare yourself for sweater weather in full effect, but also proceed with caution as yellow and orange alerts have been issued for the rainfall and temperature drops in the UAE. So temperatures are set to drop to 18 degrees in Dubai and 17 in AD. And the country will see highs of 27 degrees and 28 respectively.
And with the NCM, they have issued yellow and orange alerts for convective clouds, and it comes without mentioning to exercise caution when you guys are outdoors and in certain areas. And authorities have also issued a warning to the public to be careful when performing outdoor activities. So keep in mind all of the weather changes. Of course, it's flu season as well. Everyone's getting sick out there. So it's just going back to basics, of course. Like, make sure you're warm and outdoors. Like, wear something nice and cozy, and wear a mask if needed. If you are sick or if you know anyone sick, wear a mask, and your social distancing if needed. And do wash your hands. Like, people have just forgotten to wash their hands. Like, COVID is over.
I feel like the more I age, the more I wash my hands.
Yeah.
I'll wash my hands for nothing. I'll touch my keyboard and go like, oh my God, it's time. Like situations like that. But
thank God for that.
Yeah, with the weather changing a lot, there's a lot to consider, especially when we basically have two different seasons. Yeah. It takes a little bit of like reacclimating to get into the winter season again. We've seen drizzles over the last few weeks.
Yeah.
At random like spurts.
The weather is getting so good and just so good. Cold and pleasant. And with that, guys, it's no longer the weather to wear crop tops. Let me tell you that. Get yourself sweaters, cardigans, jumpers, hoodies. It's sweater weather. Officially sweater weather. But let's jump into Instagram and like say hello to all our viewers.
What the Grammy's all about.
Okay.
I want to know, guys, let us know, people that are on Instagram, what's your favorite thing about winters in Dubai? I was actually just going to ask you this.
My favorite thing about winters in Dubai, definitely the festive markets that are everywhere. You get amazing food, you get amazing like thrift store bargain sort of like deals. But let's say hi. So hi to Hussein. Hi to Safir.
Hey Hajim. Hey Mustafa.
Do you guys want to say something? Mariam Ashrik, and also the camera angle is not right. Are you sure?
I did that. I'm sorry. That was me, Mariam.
It's not the camera angle. I think it's like you are angling it according to how the axis of the world, the world is. So basically, we're aligned, but the world is not aligned.
Yeah, guys. The Earth's not flat.
The Earth is not aligned.
It's curved, so we're just going based on that theory.
Yeah.
But yeah, so whether the Christmas markets, I've actually never been to one here, so that'll be great to experience.
What are you saying? Last year we went to a Christmas market together, a festive market for DSF.
Oh yeah, we did. You're right. You're so right.
You just erased me from your memory.
Yeah, it's like selective hearing, but with memories instead.
Hi Sneha, our voice is low. We'll speak up for you. Let's see, Just a Brownie. I love that Instagram name, Just a Brownie.
Just a Brownie.
If you were just a food for the, floating around life, what would you be? Just a Brownie. I would be just. I would be just a food item.
You'd be just a.
Broccoli.
Yeah, makes sense. No, kidding. Well, yeah, with the amount of greens you eat.
Just a potato. That's a good one.
Just a potato. That's a good one.
Just a potato. When we move on to our next story, Dubai beaches are getting printed with special messages to raise conservation awareness. Now, Dubai municipality is printing special messages on Dubai beaches every day to remind the people that they're taking care of the environment and the responsibility. And a novel and creative campaign, municipality tractor machines with intended rollers print out messages and pictures onto sand. And turtles, seashells, crabs, and other messages include our environment, our responsibility. And they have perfectly been rolled out on the sand in both English and Arabic. And what a polite way of reminding happy beachgoers of the responsibility. And if you are a frequent beach visitor, have you spotted one?
Talk about an uber unique pro level of beach conservation. If you decide to head to the beach and saw the beautiful carved out message into the sand, reminding you to be respectful of the environment, you're definitely gonna think twice before you literally do anything. Well, A, it's just gonna make you happy seeing it go like, you're right, San, great job. And B, it's gonna make you second guess every single thing that you do on the beach and just make sure that you're keeping everything clean for the next person that comes after you. And it creates a domino effect. That's the thing with like being responsible in these ways. Like we saw with the FIFA World Cup 2022.
Good job.
Yeah, so when the fans came over from Japan and started cleaning up, Ali's clapping in the background because we finally said football right. So basically, when we saw everyone clean up, the fans came over from Japan to Qatar and started cleaning up after each match, that had a domino effect. And it's that same mentality that's gonna just, it's not about doing everything right every single day. It's about doing one thing right each day. And that's going to create a domino effect and a snowball effect with me, with you, the people around us. And that's what life's all about.
Wow, well said, Shahir. That was amazing.
But it's true.
100%. Like, it does create a domino effect, and people see it, they feel inspired to do it, or they just feel ashamed that they are not doing it.
That's true.
Or they feel guilted into doing it. Either way, whatever way it is that it sets a good example. And
definitely.
It's just amazing for the environment, and then for the, of course, the marine life. They choke on these plastic pollution that we just leave around. And it just goes without, it's just, manners, public manners to clean up after
public
yourselves.
Decency, or just general decency, not even about
Exactly. It
doing
starts
in
off by saving fish, by reducing plastic waste, and then slowly it goes into not eating fish to, save the fish by not eating the fish.
Yep. And then the mangrove plantation also helps the ocean life. But we spoke a lot about the climate and weather today, huh?
Amanda says, hi, Lovin Dubai on Instagram.
Good morning,
hi,
Amanda.
Good morning.
Damn.
Aisha just joined. Hello, Aisha. Who else is there? Rizu. Cute. I love these Instagram names. I love a creative Instagram name.
Yeah, I changed mine. Anyways, moving on to the next story. So, the UK's ex-Prime Minister, David Cameron, will be teaching politics at NYU AD. So, David Cameron is returning to public life after a long halt. And the first thing that he's doing is teaching a three-week course in politics in New York University in AD. And is set to take the position up in January. The ex-Prime Minister will teach students about practicing politics and the government in the age of disruption. His lectures will include topics such as mass global migration crisis and the conflict with Ukraine. And the course is open for all of the NYU AD students, including undergraduates of the NYU's other branches, basically.
And clearly an expert at the topic, he will be teaching. David Cameron headed the Conservative Tory party for over 11 years and was the Prime Minister of the UK from 2010 to 2016. And it was under his helm that Britain was allowed a referendum to choose whether to stay or leave the European Union. So that's interesting, getting all of this information and insights from the expert himself. And honestly, if I was so into politics when I first left high school, and this would just be a dream come true for me,
Really? Were you?
Of course, yeah.
100%. What better than to have an actual ex-Prime Minister teach you the ropes?
Yeah, exactly. You could not ask for a better mentor than that.
100%. Just that level of, no matter what subject it would be, to have that level of professional expert in the field.
Yeah.
That's so good for your CV, and that's so good to gain insight from someone like that.
Yeah.
If you could do any course, not a full-on undergrad or whatever, but any course and have someone teach it to you, what would it be?
Okay. So in school, I was very big on learning acting and drama. So if I was taught, I love her to death, Anne Hathaway. If I was taught by her, I would just, my life would be complete.
Really?
Yeah, a guest lecture by Anne Hathaway. Why?
Why her specifically? I agree fully. Anne Hathaway is a queen. But why her specifically?
Have you seen Les Miserables?
No.
You've not seen?
No, I haven't.
So in that movie, she is top tier. It's
really?
It is insane. If there is a movie you should watch this weekend, it's Les Miserables.
Okay.
Anne Hathaway's in it.
Will it make me Les Miserables?
Les Miserables. Miserables. Les Miserables.
Less miserable?
Less miserable. I think it'll make you more miserable, if anything.
Okay, I actually haven't seen it, but I'm down. But that's so true. Anne Hathaway is top tier in what she does. Like,
Yeah.
and she was my childhood crush.
I feel like for you, you might want to have met Anna Wintour.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. 100%.
I mean, you need to. If there's anyone who needs to meet a fashion expert,
You're looking at one.
it is.
I'm just not at the top of it. We'll get there.
I mean-
Well, guys, remember this wisely. Simid's kind words. No, it would be...
I mean,
Damn.
you used to be a stylist, right?
Yeah,
From which angle?
every angle.
I'm just kidding. I totally see it.
No, you're in the wrong angle. You're facing the wall, so you can't see it full throttle.
Am
but
I
whatever.
facing the wall or am I facing you?